Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Do hit the subscribe button because I am like the oracle at Delphi. I look at things, I predict things, and lo, they come to pass. And sometimes the things I predict are pretty bad. This is one of them. I've been saying that there will be a massive spike in unemployment. I reckon 200,000 retail jobs will go before very long. And guess what? Well, it's another day, and we have another very grim report proving that Rachel Reeves is destroying the economy. She's doing everything she can to ensure Britain sinks, and sinks quickly, into miasma of unemployment, poverty, misery, and death. The latest figures from the ONS, the Office of National Statistics, show a terrible, staggering, amazing, astonishing in such a short period of time, 47,000 drop in employment. That is to say that in 1 month, there has been 47,000 people left employment. That's the sharpest fall since the pandemic. Sharpest fall in what is getting on now, 5 years. Job vacancies have also nosedived. So it isn't just people leaving a job and then someone trying to fill that position. The actual jobs themselves are going. There's just 740,000 job vacancies across the whole of Britain. Now, that is a plummet from 858. So 118,000 job vacancies have disappeared in just 2 months. Businesses are bracing for massive tax hikes, at least two massive tax hikes, plus other smaller ones that weren't well publicised. But the two big ones, of course, are the cost of employing people, with this huge rise in national insurance, and business rates likely to increase by as much as 40% in some places. These are all going to come in April. And as they come in, staff will go out the door. The businesses will close. There will be lots of closing businesses. And of course, all the economists, real economists now, not Rachel Reeves, who never was an economist, proper, qualified economists, experienced economists, are all sounding the alarm bells, or indeed the death knell for British industry. KPMG's Yael Seffin warned that, his words, the rise in business costs due to the budget measures should have a cooling effect on the labour market activity and make higher wage settlements less likely. While the British Chambers of Commerce said there are already warning lights in the jobs market. And this is before these figures were released today. The latest figures have also prompted renewed caution from economists on future interest rate cuts. Shadow Business Secretary Andrew Griffiths didn't mince his words. He said, these figures show a worrying trend. Understatement of the year. He said, trash-talking business confidence, more red tape on job creators, and the budget's jobs tax mean that as sure as the sun rises in the east, employment is now falling. That's another way of saying unemployment is rising. He says, I feel for young people desperate for work who find the doors slammed in their faces due to Labour policies. Rachel Reeves is steering the economy into an abyss from whence it may never recover. Now, this is how bad it is now. Think the 6th of April, when the business rates go up and when the job tax comes in. It's going to be far, far worse. And bad as all that is, there's another step coming that will be even more damaging than everything that's gone before. And that, of course, is the new employment bill, which means that you can't just fire someone. You can't just make someone unemployed. And they get all the rights accruing on day one. So basically, someone can come in day one, go on the sick, have 6 months, full pay on sick pay for 6 months and then go and find another job when you finally get rid of them after 6 months. It's genius, isn't it? What does this mean? Well, it means any employer who, the few that are still looking to take anyone on, certainly aren't going to take on a school leaver because they've got no job history. They don't know how reliable they are or anything. And they've already picked, I've said this in a previous video, they've already picked who the, quote, ideal candidates are. They're people with a job history, a good job history. They're people who are married with a mortgage and children, because they know that those people absolutely are dedicated to working, and especially have that good job history as well. They're the ones that are going to come in, work, plod, do, push, not muck about. They're golden. 30 to 40-year-olds in that situation, golden. Teenagers, school leavers, not going to touch them with a barge pole. You're going to have a whole generation that will never work. The genius of socialism, eh? The genius of socialism in action. Because it's not just one department. It's the Treasury. It's the growler. You've got these people, none of whom have a clue about reality, none of whom have had real jobs, because making the tea in the complaints department doesn't count as a real job, Rachel, and certainly not an economist's job. And then they come in and they talk the worst amount of BS about what they plan to do for growth. Oh, and rights, employment rights. Well, yeah, you've got your employment rights, but that's great. All these kids coming out and they've got the right on their side, the law's on their side. They just don't have a job. And never will. The lunacy of the left literally has no bounds, has it? What do? Well, you want to just hunker down and hope to God something happens. Because unless something does, this country is screwed royally. And I literally cannot see a way out of it while that lot are still in number 10. And so well done to the 20% of the electorate that voted them in. Just look to your kids now. Look to your kids and know that your kids will never have a job. Well done you absolute geniuses. Perhaps next time you vote, you'll think, oh yes, Labour. It's the party that losers and idiots vote for. Thanks very much. I'm going to end now because it's just going to get me angry. Till next time, stay safe, stay well, and I will speak to you later. Bye.